Hello my hair warriors, it's me, Aaron O'Brien, your friendly neighborhood hairdresser. Today's video is sponsored by my friends at Lordhair.com. Today's video is a beginner's guide for the champion hair system. Yes, we are going to learn how to wash, take care of that system, maintain it, and all of that good stuff. Let's get started. Okay, so here we are with the champion. This is exactly what it is. A champion is strong and durable and it lasts a long time. This is a great system. This is a full French lace system. This also has reinforced stitching for extra durability. So if you want a strong system, this is the perfect one. Being French lace, it is super realistic. The French lace system, especially around the hairline, looks like each strand is growing out of your head. Yes, no one will ever notice. This hairline is unbelievable. I also like that when through the top, again, I'm a small guy, and when anyone looks over, you can see my scalp. So people think it's my real hair. This color is in 4A, and you can see the shine and the luxury of this hair system. It's a medium to light system, so it's extremely lightweight. It almost floats in the air. You don't even feel this on your head, which is a big attraction for me when it comes to the lace system. Now, I'm a workout guy. I like to get my sweat on, and this is great because it's super breathable. With this French lace, it's so luxurious and it has such a great feel when you're working out because it has that comfort factor as well. It adheres well when you're using tape, and it also washes well just like all of the other Lordhair systems. The durability of this, when I stretch it feels tough, and I know this is going to last long. So if you want to save a few dollars as well and get a longer last system with the right care, of course, get the champion. It's fantastic. But for now, let's get on to washing and application. When washing your champion, you want to make sure that you take all the great steps to make sure that your system lasts longer and you keep it in great condition. First up, with a French lace, I always like to wash it with the hair down. If we do it the opposite way around, when rinsing and any washing that we do, we want to make sure that the hair isn't coming out the other side, because this can cause irritation on the scalp, and we want to make sure that we have a nice clean base to work with. So first up, with a French lace system, we're going to use a clarifying shampoo like we do with all of our hair systems. I generally give this 2 washes, just if there's any residue on the system itself. We want to make sure it's really clean. With the top of the hair system, we have this beautiful medium to fine, realistic hair system. We want to make sure that we really moisturize and take care of this. I tend to use a normal moisturizing shampoo. I don't like to use too much with volume because it also has clarifying factors. I want to make sure that we always use moisture in these shampoos. If you don't want to use a moisture shampoo, feel free to use a color safe shampoo. This will help with anti-fade and you will get longer out of your system. First up, we are going to take our shampoo and we're going to massage it in very gently into our French lace. I like to massage in circular motions, and this just makes sure that we are not scrubbing or we are being very abrasive with the hair system base. This will make sure that it stays together and it lasts really long in the future. Every time you clean your hair system, you should always use this method. Even though we have this durable stitching and it is a durable hair system, we have to make sure we take all of the steps to make sure it stays that way. Once we have shampooed the lace twice, we are going to also wash the hair. Again, I tend to leave this upside down. I apply my moisture shampoo and I do 1 wash on this hair system because it already feels so clean when I had it delivered from Lordhair. After we shampoo upside down, we are then going to rinse the system through the lace. We are not going to turn it the other way around again, so we don't have any of those hairs poking through. You can also leave this system to soak if you like, so take a bit of water in a basin, add about 1 to 2 pumps of shampoo, swirl it around and place your system inside. Once that is done, take it out and make sure that you rinse really well. Any shampooing methods that we use on our hair systems and conditioning, we make sure that we give a really good rinse. We want to avoid residue buildup because I find with me, I always get irritation if I don't rinse my systems properly. So always make sure that you do that. Once we have rinsed, it's now time to condition. So again, holding your system upside down, or you can place on a dome to make sure that none of that hair pokes through, and apply your conditioner from mid-lengths to ends. Never apply to the roots because this can affect the adhesion of the glue on the base of the system before application. We leave the conditioner for 1 to 2 minutes because this hair system is in pretty great condition and we don't have to leave it on as long. Give it a good rinse to make sure that there's no residue left, and then you're going to take a towel, a microfiber towel, to pat dry. I like microfiber towels because they take a lot of water out of the system without having to do too much work. Always tap, don't scrub. We don't want to take any air out of the system because that can become a problem, and we want to make sure that our system really lasts. Make sure when you're washing all your hair systems, use lukewarm or cold water. This is best to get longevity out of your system, and it will just feel so much better. I'm going to be applying my Champion hair system, so I have to get this one off. It is ready to come off. I've been wearing this for about 2.5 weeks now, just like the rest of my other hair systems, and I'm actually going for a change, start peeling from the back. So if you do take it from the back, or it starts to come off the back first, which my hair system has, and it's still a little bit stronger at the front, I take a little bit of my C22 or olive oil, coconut oil if you want something a little bit more natural, but I find this is more heavy duty and works better. So you want to get your fingers, as you can see, this is a little bit loose here at the back. You're going to get your finger underneath and just start to massage that through, and then the back starts to come loose. Then you're going to start to peel, working your fingers through, peeling back. Work your way around the sides. Now, because it's stronger at the front and it's still adhered here, you're going to peel your system down, still working the product. If you need extra spray, just give it a bit of a spritz underneath and start to work it out. And then towards the front, just flip it down and then rub your fingers underneath. And remember to be really gentle with circular motions. Do not rip your hair system off by any means because you're pulling out any of your own natural hair, and it'll also pull out the hair of the system, because sometimes you can see here, you have some hair that pokes out underneath, and that can be just from general use, combing, showering, all of that good stuff. If we want to take care of this, we're just going to give those a little trim with a scissors to remove if I decide to wear this in the next few weeks. Okay, so first up, I'm going to be shaving my head. My head is squeaky clean right now. We washed it and it's ready to shave. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of alcohol. I usually buy a big bottle of alcohol and put it in a spray bottle, and I just spritz the top of my towel here. I don't like to spray alcohol directly onto the blade. Also, make sure that you have your blades lubricated because it can become hot and it can also irritate the scalp if that happens. You're going to take your alcohol and you're just going to clean the top of the head. If you feel you need to apply a little bit of trimmer oil afterwards to stop your shaver from heating up and to make sure the blades move well, just apply it afterwards. I recommend putting your lubricant or your oil in your trimmers maybe once every 2 weeks, once a month, depending how much you use it. Or you can apply a little bit every time you use it, because we're changing this every 2.5 to 3 weeks. Cape on, head ready, let's start shaving. Next up, we have our foil shaver. I love this. These are fantastic. This is a double foil shaver, so it gets even closer to the scalp. Now, don't worry about the longer hair. It's not going to cut that. So you can go as close to the edge to make sure that you have perfect adhesion with your tape or glue or whatever it may be. So let's turn this bad boy on. Woo. When you finish shaving, your head should feel baby soft. This gets right down to the scalp, so it's perfect for your application of your hair system. And I think that feels fantastic. So I'm ready to get my taping done and get my hair system on this bald head of mine. Okay, baldy here, and I'm ready for my alcohol. So this is gonna dry out the scalp just a little bit, and it just makes sure that the glue adheres a bit better. So you're gonna just spritz it on your head, or you can put it on your hands and just rub it onto your scalp. Now, you will feel a slight tingly or burning sensation, and that's completely normal. Don't worry about it. So the alcohol is just gonna dry down, and it's been drying down for about a minute now. So it's completely gone and my scalp is clean. Next up we have this. This is the Sunshine Skin Prep. This is gonna create a barrier on your scalp. So from your scalp, then there's a barrier, and then there's the hair system. So this makes sure that your hair system stays on longer, and if you sweat or anything, this has you covered. So we're gonna give it a little bit of a spray on the scalp. Again, you can spray it on your hands first. Make sure your hands are clean. There's no residue from the C22 or anything else that you may have applied, because we don't want the glue coming loose, because C22, remember, removes. Okay, I like to be very generous around a hairline. This is where I sweat most. So I'll take a little bit more, spritz it on my fingers, and apply. This takes about 30 to 60 seconds to dry down. You can also use a hairdryer to make it dry faster. And if you feel you want to apply it a second time, please go ahead and do that, especially if you're going away to a hot climate or you're going on holidays. Okay, so we have our champion hair system here, and it's ready to go. First up, we want to make sure, as I always say, stay organized. It's really important that you have your tape, your scissors, and of course a little bit of alcohol. I like to spray a little bit of alcohol on my system just to make sure that there's no residue on the system itself. And I tend to give my lace system a little bit of a wipe with a soft towel, or just a little bit, something that's not going to create too much fluff. And I just dab it in and make sure that I get that around my lace system. And I'm dabbing it a little bit because I don't want too much of the alcohol to penetrate through into the hair. With other systems, I don't generally do that, but a lace system, I always do. Protect that hair. But it's up to you, whatever works best. Okay, so with a lace system, you can use glue or you can use tape. Tape is recommended because it's an easy cleanup, it doesn't seep through all the time, and it's just easier to put on and take off. If you decide to use glue instead of tape, which isn't always recommended because if you wear it for a prolonged period of time, it can seep through the lace and into the hair. But if you're going to change it every week and a half to 2 weeks, it should be pretty safe. It works well for me, and that's my experience. Now, if you are applying glue, you're going to apply it to your scalp and not the actual system itself. So you're going to measure out exactly where the front of the system is and the back of the system on the scalp, and just mark it off with a marker. Then you're going to apply down with pressure, and then you have your system on. Now, this is going to be harder cleanup because it is harder to get glue off a lace system, and that can affect durability of the system because you are scrubbing a little bit harder. And that's sometimes why I do prefer to use tape, even though glue is a little bit more realistic. Alright, so let's get our tape on. Now, talking about realistic, I like to use no shine tape. Is it as durable as a super tape or a stronger tape? No, it is not. It probably lasts about a week to a week and a half. That's my experience as well. Now, we have the right shape for the front here. We gently move our system back and make sure it's placed on one of the Lordhair domes. Now, this is a pre-cut and you can just peel back. Now, when I talk about no shine, that means more realism. You don't get that shine that you get off most tapes at the front. So it looks like it's literally growing out the front of your scalp. And when you combine this with a French lace system like this, like the Champion, it is phenomenal. It works so well. Now, we're going to take our tape and we're going to apply at the front, just at the edge, just like so. Perfect. Okay. We have our tape down, and make sure you apply a lot of pressure to make sure the tape sticks to the lace. If you don't apply enough pressure, the tape will lift and it won't stick to the lace properly. Now, when I'm rubbing my hands here, it's creating a little bit of warmth on the tape. You can even use a hairdryer just to melt the glue down a bit, just over the tape so it sticks a little bit better. When you're using heat, it melts the glue a little bit, and then you peel back and it sticks perfectly to the lace. A lot of people always have an issue with this at the start where they're like, oh my God, the tape keeps lifting off the lace. Remember, pressure, heat will keep it on and it will stick to the lace better. Now on the sides, I like to use the Extend-A-Bond, and again, you can use your measurement by placing your tape along and where it needs to be cut. So I'm going to cut that tape here, and then I'm going to apply. You can use the double or you can use a single, as this tape comes in 2 pieces, but for extra security, especially on a lace system, I like to use the 2 pieces. This is foldable, so it sits properly. You're going to move your system around to where it's comfortable, and then you're going to place your tape down. I like to place this right to the edge of the top of the hairline, and I leave about maybe 0.5 millimeter to the edge, just so it gives the glue time to melt down and it won't go into your own natural hair. Remember to warm up. You can use a hairdryer, you can use your hands, whatever works best for you. We're going to measure our second part for consistency. We're going to cut, and then we're going to apply. Tape is perfect for beginners. So now we're going to peel back and we're going to place on the other side. So you can move your system around the dome, whatever makes it easier for you. Now, tape is the best for beginners when you're using or applying any hair system, and trust me, once you get used to this, you will have this done within 20 minutes to a half an hour. Okay, we're going to warm our tape a little bit, so I'm going to use a hairdryer to make sure that it sticks, and then we'll finish off applying the rest. You're going to take your hairdryer and just apply. Be careful not to blow dry all the tape off your area, so move everything out of the way. So that feels warm and ready to come off. It's almost like baking in the oven, and you can see how perfect that now sticks to your hair system. So that's a bit of a beginner trick that the pros use, and look how good that sticks to your system. It's perfection. Okay, then we're going to peel the other side. Perfect. And you can use that method for any hair system if you ever have any problems with adhesion. And then we're going to place our part on the back too. If you have anything peel up, make sure that you apply it down gently with your finger, or you can use a tool, the edge of your scissors, anything that's pointy. Now at the back we want to use super tape. This is stronger. We need the back to be nice and strong because I feel the front and the back get most wear and tear, but we want the front to look realistic, so that's why we're using super tape. Now we're going to take our tape and we're going to apply. Now if you're an avid blow dryer and you blow dry your hair a lot, I like to place a bit of tape here in the center. That's just for me personally. I take a small square, I place it in the center, so when I'm blow drying and I'm lifting, it just lasts longer and I feel it's a little bit more secure. Whether it is or not, who knows, it's just what I like to do. Now we're going to do the corners, and I like to use this if you want, but because we're going for a no shine look, we're going to split this in 2. So you're going to fold this over just like that, like a pair of wings. Take your scissors and you're going to cut right down the center. Now this is going to fit in the edges here, still creating that no shine. And you're going to peel and place. I'm going to stand up for this one. Now these become easier to peel off if you attach it to both glued sides, because it has more adhesion to the edge. Okay, we are going to peel and we are going to place. And you will see that sticks perfectly to my fingers. That's why you have to be careful. So place down. Again, gently place down. And then we are going to go in here again. You can hold gently the hair on the other side as you're peeling, and then peel back. And then that's absolutely perfect and ready to go. The back we need to warm up a little bit more. Woo! And peel. Now, when you're taking off from the middle, make sure that you're not putting your hands all over the glue, just onto the base, and then you're going to peel. You want to avoid placing your hands on the rest of the glue at all costs. And that's basically it. That's our system ready to go. I left a few air pockets around here and there just for more breathability, but you can cover the whole base of the system if you like. I'm ready to wear my champion. Before putting the hair system on, I like to use my white pencil, and I'm just going to place it exactly where it needs to be. So 4 fingers above the eyes, and I just have it just below my natural hairline actually. But I want it to look a little bit fuller, and then you just have to dab it. Like, you don't have to overdraw. All right, I think we have it there. And then we are going to take the front of our system. Now, when you're applying this, you're just going to hold it centered in that position. And I like to part it just like this before applying. And make sure you're sitting straight up, and you can apply from the front. Now, if you want, you can apply it from the back if you feel like doing so. But I always find it personally easier to apply from the front. But maybe I'll show you in another video with a different application. Okay, so you want to place your fingers here. You're going to take your hair system. And another trick is you can take your fingers and place them just below where you have put your marker. And you have it centered in. We're going to place down. And we're going to gently stretch to the sides until you touch the edge of the hair. Oh, this feels so comfortable already. Then you're going to gently stretch and move the hair back, just like this. And make sure we get this placed down at the back perfectly. Now, no creases, everything's on great, and it is sitting so well. Wow, look. Oh, wow. Oh my, yes, look at that. This looks so real. Every time, I'm always surprised, always surprised. I've been doing this for years, and every time I put it on, it's just excitement. Lordhair has the best hair systems. Now, if we want to just place this down, you can use the edge of a comb, a wide tooth comb, the edge of the brush, and just roll down. Any tool that's going to press it down. I love this. This looks absolutely fantastic. Okay, so application is on, my hair system is ready to go, and I really like the color. So we're going to spritz it down for styling. Now, if you get up in the morning and you have a little bit of bedhead like I do, you want to spray with a little bit of water. These are actually great sprays. You can get these online too. They're continuous sprays, so when you press it once, it keeps going. It saturates the hair really fast and easy in the morning. Okay, so we get that spritz on. Perfect. Now with hair systems, I actually like to use less products and as little as possible. I always find that my hair system lasts longer, the hair doesn't shed as much. So be gentle with your system when it comes to product. This is a water-based conditioner. If your hair is dry or your system starts to get dry, you can use a cream-based conditioner. It'll add more moisture. Okay, so once that's sprayed down, use a wide tooth comb, gently comb the hair. If there is tangles, work your way from the bottom and then work it to the root. I'm going to bring it forward, and I'm actually going to style my hair a little bit differently today. I think I might even do just a side part and bring it back. So I'll take my hairdryer, and I like to use a directional nozzle. This will create a straight airflow that will give you more control when blow drying your hair. So I'm going to place that nozzle on. They usually come in different sizes for your hairdryer, but if you're creating a style like this, you need direction and you need control. Okay, so I like to use a round brush. Now make sure that you're using your brush size for the right hair length. This is a shorter hairstyle. I tend to use a smaller brush. When you use a smaller brush, it actually gives more bend and movement in the hair, and it gives me added volume. But if it's a longer hair system, make sure you use the appropriate brush size because it can tangle. I've already parted my hair, and then we're going to bring it back. You're going to take your brush, wind it around, or wind the hair around the brush, and then we're just going to bring it back. Now what I like to do is on the edge, I roll the brush. So when you roll the brush, it grabs the hair, as you can see here, it grabs the hair and it sits in place. So you can do that all around just to give it movement and for it to sit properly. So let's see that work. Can we just talk about how seamless this is? How great this looks. Like, we have the hair system here on the edge and the hair just perfectly flows into it. This looks so good. I'm really happy with this system. Once we have the hair in place here, we're going to move to the other side and we're going to use the same rolling technique to bring it back. Okay, once that's dry, we're actually going to use our fingers for the rest of it because I want it to have more natural texture. I don't want it to be overdone or to have an overly blow-dried look. We just wanted to get the shape, and now we're ready to use our hands. I like to leave mine with a little bit of dampness in it, just so it doesn't go too frizzy. Now I have it parted where I want, and I want this to have a little bit of a sheen to it as well, but also kind of a wetter looking style. So I like to use a little bit of leave-in conditioner afterwards. You can use a gel or a pomade or anything like that, but I'm more careful with my hair systems, and I usually like styling with a conditioner or something that's very lightweight. You can even use a light hold hairspray. So I'm going to spritz this on, just very gently. You do not need a lot. And you're going to take your fingers and just bring it through. And you can see that will give a little bit more sheen to the hair and added control. And it sits perfectly. Okay. I feel like we are done. I feel like it looks fantastic. Look at that hairline. No one's ever gonna clock this. It looks so good. And we used the no shine tape here, so you can really see you can't see it. It's like it's growing out of my head. It is so, so good. So good. Okay, there we go. Perfect style, perfect color, lightweight, super realistic. I'm ready to take on anything. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed learning about the Champion hair system from Lordhair.com. And if you have any questions, write in the comments below. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!